had to shit and put it in the fridge.
So I used to steal gift cards when I was little.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. My name's Janitzi.
I'm Eve.
Y somos las huevonas. Oh my god, you guys. You guys will not believe.
I'm sure they will at this point.
At this point, honestly. So we're having technical difficulties.
What's new?
There's nothing new. They're like, tell me something we don't know.
No, always having trouble.
We actually have a video filmed and ready, but for some reason we can't get it to go up. That's just that. And you know what? At this point, if y'all get a video, y'all get a video. I don't know what to tell you.
Honestly, we're struggling.
But today we are going to, what is it called? A mukbang? Mukbang?
Mukbang?
Mukbang? Mm-hmm. We're going to try to do a mukbang and just talk about.
Have you seen mukbangs?
Yeah, but you know what?
They have like the spread of fucking food.
Haz the little platito.
We have 5 tenders.
I usually get the classic ones, but I didn't want to be like all in the video. But you know what? I kind of stopped myself from watching those videos because I hate the sound of chewing.
Oh, really?
I genuinely can't stand it. I don't know why.
I think certain foods I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Because there's a girl that does mukbangs, but she does like in the middle of it, she's talking about like serious like crime. So it's like I love watching her videos, and then sometimes she's eating like random shit, and sometimes some of the food I'm like, okay, girl, I'm distracted by what you're eating. Like I can't watch this. And sometimes I'm like, okay, like whatever, I don't mind it. Have you ever stolen anything?
Have I ever stolen something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually. I have.
What you stolen?
I'm a fucking felon. I'm just kidding. No, I've stolen things, but honestly, it's literally never that serious. It was like a lip liner, and I was in high school. I didn't have any money, and I really wanted the brown lip liner.
You said, and that's fair.
I was broke. I mean, I'm still broke, but I don't steal now. If that's your question,
I would hope. No, like just in general, like because usually people have stolen something like middle school, high school.
I'm not saying if it's something small, it's okay, but yeah,
I
just didn't have any money.
Cause okay, so I used to steal gift cards when I was little.
Who are you sending them to?
No, okay. So for me, it was like genuinely a part just because of the thrill. Because you steal a gift card, no tiene nada. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have any money. But it was just because back in the day, at most stores, all the gift cards were right in front of the register.
Mm-hmm.
So like the person was right there,
and
I was little, so I was just like, I can take it while they're watching me. Like I can do it. And so I remember I got some, and I was like, this is exciting. And so every store we would go to, I would take the gift cards if they were right in front. And then I had like a stack. And I remember one day, like, I confessed to my brother and my sister. And they're like, what the fuck? Why? And they're like, they don't even have any money in it. And I remember my brother took his time to call every single one of them to see if they had any money in it.
I'm so dead. No, you just literally reminded me. One time, okay, but I was like little girl vibes, maybe like 7 years old. And I clearly remember this because my mom got so pissed off at me. I saw the gift cards, and this was at Target. Back then, they used to have really cute gift cards. Now it's just like a little, but they used to have really cute gift cards. And I was like, oh, these
they were too cute.
I'm like, these are so cute. And so I grabbed a bunch, Evelyn. And when I say a bunch, like a bunch of fucking gift cards, like an unnecessary amount. And I'm putting them in my pockets. I put like a shit ton in my pockets. And I go to the car. I'm thinking like, dude, my mom's gonna like want one, and I literally told my mom, I was like, "Ma, ¿cuál quieres?" And then she's like, "¿Cuál quiero de qué?" And I put my little zipper down. I went, whoosh. My mom gasped so hard. She gasped so hard she could not believe it.
I could just imagine you like, I did it for you.
I need to go.
Oh my god. The way you're laughing, I can't.
Coming out like that. She told my dad, and she's like, "Look what the fuck she just stole!" And my dad was like, "Why do you need those?" But I was literally so, oh my god, I was so excited to get my mom those fucking gift cards, and she ends up being that shit was too funny. And I'm like, "What, dude? Like, why am I getting in trouble? Like, I got you gift cards."
It's a gift. You should be thankful.
Oh god, but that was like an innocent, like,
Mhm.
I've stolen something. But I feel like the most that I've actually ever stole was probably a lip liner. And it's because everyone at school was wearing like
I don't think as
lipstick.
an adult I ever stole anything.
Mm-hmm.
At least not on purpose, because sometimes you'd be walking out the store.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll forget.
Not on purpose. I don't think I've stolen anything. We had a girl in high school. You know who you are. If you ever watch these videos, you know who you are. We had a girl in high school who, like, everybody would go to her and ask her to steal stuff for them. Yeah, 'cause she'd be like, we would be like, "Oh, can you get us a new e.l.f. concealer?" And she
What
would,
the fuck?
and she would go and get it for you. Like nothing. And then I remember she'd be like, "I've never bought any underwear or any bras." She's like, "Why would you buy it when you can just go in and take it?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And she'd be like, "Yeah." And I was like, "How do you take it?" She goes, "You just put it on." And I was just like, "But they're like, aren't they there?"
Yeah.
And she's just like, "No, like it's fine." And I don't know. But she would always get away with the most random shit. She would come to school and be like, "Here you go, here you go, here you go."
How old was she?
She was my age, so we were like, what, 16, 17 at the time? She would always tell me like how she did it or what she did, and I'd be like, how have you not gotten caught?
Dude, that's scary. No, one time we went to Home Depot and we were like repainting my room, and went to he went to Home Depot with me, and he helped me buy the paint and everything. And he went to the self checkout, and he only scanned one bucket of paint. And mind you, I think we had like 6 buckets. 6 buckets of paint, and my mom was so pissed. She's like, "I'm never fucking shopping with you again."
He's like, "But we got the paint. What do you want?" Damn.
No, yeah.
When I worked at Vans, people used to come in and steal like it was nobody's business. And I remember I was at the register, I was looking across the Vans stores are not that big.
Yeah.
So I was looking across, whatever. There we had like a table with like pants and shirts like right at the front. This lady walks in with like a big like those Trader Joe's bags, like the
Like the
reusable
tote bag?
yeah, like a tote bag. She walks in and she just is staring at me, making eye contact and like just swiping them all into the bag. She swipes it, she stares at me, she walks out, she walks back in, goes to the register, she goes, "I want to return these."
Was she like insane?
No, but also like I couldn't do anything about it, so I was just like, "Okay, here we go."
So you didn't report that or like a
No,
supervisor?
yeah,
or?
we told like I told the manager there was like certain laws and policies regarding it. Like we needed to have a case on her before we could like kind of outright say like she stole this.
Are there no cameras that you can go back to?
There are, but we don't have control of those. So like our
Mm.
manager would have to report it to a different person, and then they would have to create a case, and if that person ever steps foot back in, that's when we can say something.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
But also I remember that day, same day, this lady, I guess she had friends or family that were doing the same thing at other places. And so I'm like over here, like I have told my manager now. My manager's like trying to figure out a way to make it so that we don't have to return
Uh-huh.
the shit she stole. And so she's like trying to figure it out, and then all of a sudden like one of the mall security guards come in. First, like another lady that was like with her came in with another tote bag, whatever. If you ever worked customer service, you know that when people steal or when people are trying to do fraud of some sort, they talk to you like they want to be your best friend.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Oh my god, girl, like I love your nails, I love whatever, like trying to kind of distract you. But at this point, we made eye contact when you stole that stuff. So I'm like, you can't do that with me." Yeah, so anyway, so she's like, "Oh, this is my friend. She's just gonna wait for me." And I was just like, okay, whatever. 5 minutes later, at this point, I'm like, again, she swiped a whole fucking table, so I have to scan everything one by one.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like scanning and I'm going slowly because I have the walkie in my ear, and the supervisors are like, "Give me like 5 minutes, sell them from another 2 minutes, da da da, whatever."
Yeah.
And so I'm over here stalling. A security guard walks in, and the girl looks at me. Like,
Yeah.
I called them, and I was like, girl, don't even start.
Yeah.
I just work here. And he goes to her friend, and he goes, I need to see what's in your bag. She's just like, you can't see what's in my bag, da-da-da, like, that's my property. And then he goes, were you just in that perfume store, like, over whatever?
Yeah.
And then she's like, yeah, but I was just looking. And then he goes, did you take anything? And then she's like, no. And then the manager of the perfume store is like right next to him, and she was like, it was her, she stole like X, Y, and Z,
Yeah.
whatever. And then the security guard looks at the manager and is like, I legally can't force her to show me what's in her bag.
Are you serious? That's fucking crazy.
And so, and obviously, like, she's with the girl that stole pants, and the guy's looking at me, and he's like, do you need help? And I was just like, no. Like, what are we gonna do, you know? And so I call my manager. My manager starts to help her, like, she takes over, and she's just like, what do you want to do? She's like, return these. And she's just like, okay, do you have the card you used? Do you have the receipt? And she's like, no. And she's like, okay, well, the best I could do is give you a gift card. And and the girl was just like, no, I want my cash back. And she goes, do you have the receipt with what card you use? And she was like, no. And I was like, she was like, the best I could do is give you a gift card. And she goes, fine, give me the gift card. And so she gave her a gift card, but I think she like took down the numbers of the gift card that she gave her.
Oh, so they can stop it or something? Oh.
But it was just like I was just like, bro, like, people here are so bold.
That's crazy. You know what seems so fucking ghetto to me and so like, get a fucking job? When there's people that run into the stores and then just get the ganchos and they're like, whoosh, and they just run out. That's literally the most embarrassing thing ever. There was one where I saw a video. Some girl was like stealing a shitload of toilet paper. And I think this was at like Walgreens or like CVS. I don't remember. But the security guard goes and the security guard stops her. And the security guard didn't put his hands on her intentionally. It was more like a, hey, you can't leave. And she's calling the cops because the security guard she went like this. Like, you can't touch me. You can't fucking touch me. I'm going to call the cops. He's like, call the cops. You're stealing toilet paper. Like, what are you doing? Like, girl, I literally can't stand people. People are so
annoying.
Yeah. Like, what makes you feel you're entitled to, like, you can't do this and that, but you're going to go do illegalities?
Well, you know that they changed it. So part of the thing for Vance too was that, like, legally we couldn't do anything. Or not that legally we couldn't do anything, but like, it wasn't a felony until it was over $500. And so that's why people would like, we would have a team creating cases, so once it reached $500, like, they could go to jail.
Because isn't it 800 now?
No, now it's less.
Less?
Yeah. But back then it was 500, and so there was people like, okay, this person's almost at 500. The next time you see them, please call the cops. Da da da. Like,
how do you keep track of them? Curious. Like, do you have their picture posted everywhere?
Not everywhere, but like, we just like, I think the managers just knew. There was like, if it was like in our area, like, the managers would get an email. I think now they changed it to where it's like a lot less. And I was watching like a video of some girls in the back of a police car, and they were like we can't go to jail. And then the other girl was just like, yeah, now it's a felony. And they were like talking about like, what, really? Like, it's a felony now? And then we're like, yeah, like, now it's this and this and that, like, this is how much. And she was like, fuck.
No.
And I was like, y'all are dumb as hell.
That's so ugly. Yeah, no, but after stealing my lip liner, I've never stolen anything intentionally. That was hard enough. I felt bad. No, I'm too scared to do it. I'm really like, I don't know.
That's fair. Yeah, I was too scared to cheat in high school.
Like, on a test?
Not on anything. Like, homework and stuff. I think there was like maybe twice where I would be like, oh, can I copy your homework? And it would work. But it's because I saw everyone else around me doing it, right? Like, copying each other's tests, copying each other's homework, whatever. But I always felt like I'm going to be the one that they make an example of. You know what I mean?
No. Like, oh, don't be like Evelyn? Or like, what do you mean?
Kind of, but more like, I'm going to be the one that gets caught, and I'm going to be the one that, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I was always scared. Like, I could not do it. And that's why I think I failed some, like, some courses that everybody else passed
Mhm.
without actually trying.
Yeah.
Because like everybody else would be like, oh, like I don't even try, like I don't even care,
Mhm.
but they would still pass because they were cheating. Versus like me, if I have that attitude, I'm not gonna pass.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. The only class that I really fucking cheated on, and like I just couldn't, was math.
That was the one where I saw most people around me cheating, and I couldn't figure out how. Like the it just wasn't adding up in my head how you guys did it. Like I could not figure it out. Like people around me would be like, "Oh yeah, just copy it from so and so," and I'm like, "So did you ask so and so, or like are you looking over their shoulder? Like what's going on?" Like
Yeah.
I was so confused, and I always was like more embarrassed to ask. Like, "Oh, can I copy you?" Like I don't know. Like that was so embarrassing to me. I couldn't do it.
No, I think the way that I did it was, especially in college. When I took math in college, oh my fucking god. There was like this app, and like you scan the equation and it'll tell you how
Mhm.
to get the equation. That's the only way that I did it. And yeah, other than that, because I sat all the way in the back in math too. So I'm like, I can't. Like I literally, it was like a what is it called? Like a
But you
prerequisite
would scan it at school,
at school.
like on the test.
Yeah, well, yeah. Like how else am I supposed to do
You
it?
were bold enough to take out your
Well,
phone.
I wasn't just like, I was like, fuck, like I had to be like, chill. Or like you could go back and like edit. Like you could just like edit the little equation in case I got it
That's
wrong.
crazy.
But yeah,
I
other than
never did
that,
that.
if I was never really bad at school, like to the point where it's like,
I was
are
a
you
terrible
fucking
student.
dumb?
No, I was a terrible student.
Like
I
grade wise, or what do you mean by that?
both my grades were like average to low. But I was like a bad kid. So I went to an arts high school. It was like a really, really, really tiny school. So like if people ditched or if people didn't show up, it wasn't like, oh, because I know like at bigger schools, like if you miss a certain amount of days, they send a letter to your house, or like you get
Like
a
truancy?
truancy, um, and like the threat of like going to court or whatever.
Yeah.
They didn't do that at our school. Like they would send a letter home, but like nothing would happen
Are you serious?
because it was so small that like they needed all the money they could get.
Oh, I guess that makes
And
sense.
so like there was a lot of people who just like wouldn't show up to their classes, and that's that was just
That
that.
was it.
Yeah. And so for the entire 4 years of my high school, I don't think I think I only showed up to my first period class in my freshman year, and that was only for like the first semester.
Are you serious? No, I was always too scared of my dad to be ditching like that. Like, don't get me wrong, it'll be like here and there, like to the point where it's not too suspicious. But for me to not go to school, or like, hey, I'm just gonna go do things. Like if I got a C in something, that's it. My anxiety was through the roof because I knew that my dad was gonna be like, and my dad's not like, hey, like I get it, like, do you need help? My dad's like, are you fucking dumb? Like, what? Why did you get a fucking C? And I'm like, 'cause I don't know how to do it.
Yeah. My parents were not like that.
Mhm.
And I think I accounted for two reasons. One, my parents both worked and they were both like working all day. And then my mom would get home, she would cook for us, and like that was kind of the end of their day.
Yeah.
And then también I'm the youngest. So like my siblings, I love my siblings, but I don't think they set the best example when it came to school.
Yeah,
So I don't think their expectations were that high for like grades.
I guess. It'd be like,
Um
oh, like
yeah.
two did it already. I'm sure the third one's fine type thing.
It wasn't even like oh my brother and my sister struggled in certain subjects. So like
Mhm.
if she's struggling, it's probably like I don't know.
She's like, it's genetic.
Yeah, it runs in the fucking family or something. Like I just don't think they like truly were that invested.
Mhm.
I think they just wanted me to graduate. Like that was like whatever you need to do to graduate, do it.
Just do it.
Yeah. And
No.
so I did. um but yeah, I was like I missed like 4 years of my first period class. Every year I had to go to summer school for my first period class. So my first year was English, my second year was math, my third year was I think math again, and then my last year I forgot what it was. And then I was always like, it wasn't just my first period class. Like sometimes I would show up during lunch.
Oh my god, Evelyn.
Yeah,
No, I would
I was like a
not.
really bad kid. And then my mom, like obviously my parents are gone hella early in the morning.
So they wouldn't, yeah.
So I would be at home, or I would just like, because my school was in downtown Long Beach, so I would go to the Pike. I would do whatever. And like there was other kids doing the same, right? So I would meet other kids just out there, whatever.
That's
They would be
funny.
smoking pot or whatever, and I'd be like, okay, cool, like let's go. I remember one time I went with one of the guys at my school down the street because he was buying weed from the liquor store next to us, and I didn't even know that was a thing. Like I didn't know like people did that. I knew that it was like, I knew people said it like, oh, he's suspicious, because I think he had been like taken to jail a couple times for
Yeah.
that. But I didn't know how serious it was until obviously I saw, like I went with my friend and he was just like, hey, I need 2 grams or whatever.
That's crazy.
And the guy like looked at me and he was like, my friend was like, oh, she's cool. And then he just gave it to me. But I was just like, I don't know we were chill like that. Like, but yeah, it was like right next to the school. That was the same little liquor store that we all went to get chips and juice and stuff. Oh my god, I'm getting like flashback. Or I would like walk to the Pike. I would walk on Pine. There's like a bunch of little shops. So I would go into all the little shops. Everything but go to school.
My dad was so strict to the point that I couldn't walk home from school. Like all my friends walked because their parents like worked. And so I remember I had to ask my dad, like, everybody's gonna go like come home walking, like, can I walk? And he's like, absolutely not, I'm gonna pick you up. And my walking distance, honestly, it was probably like, it was a far walk, honestly. I don't know if you know where like Butler is, or like Nelson area right there on Cherry in Long Beach. But from there all the way to like where I live now, so that's a pretty far walk. And I remember this one time he finally gave me permission to go walking. So after school, all my friends, like, we went home walking, and I remember I was like looking around and I saw this man walking way ahead of us just to make sure that I was like he was like spying on me.
That's
and I'm
so
like
funny.
I was like, and I had to play it off because I'm like, no, like there's no way that everybody's gonna find out that my dad's fucking spying on us right now. So yeah, I
That's
saw
so
him.
funny.
I
I
saw
love that.
him.
I kind of love that.
Honestly, now, if I had a daughter, a fucking 13-year-old daughter, she's like, can I walk home from school? I'm like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I would not let you walk. So I get it now, but it's just like,
At the time, it's like, for real? I'm 13. I can walk home.
I can fucking walk home. No, but I feel like out of my friends growing up, I feel like my parents, or at least my dad, was really, really strict. Especially like, I remember in elementary school when long division entered my life.
And stayed there.
I did not know how to do long division for the life of me, and my dad taught me in the most aggressive way, so I had to make sure I fucking learned long division. That's how strict my dad was.
In 3rd grade, I was about to fail math. And my mom would sit there on the table and be like, ¿Qué es 3 más 3? 3 más 3, Evelyn. ¿Qué es 3 más 3? And be like, I don't know. You screaming at me, it's not gonna make it magically appear in my head. It was like a whole, like, I remember being like crying.
Yeah, like I would like moco cry.
Yeah.
Like I need to,
yes,
it was
exactly.
so bad.
And I tell her about it now, and she goes, but you didn't flunk. So. And I was like, damn.
And now when he asks me how to use Facebook and what's his password, I'll be sure damn well to get a grade. You don't remember your fucking password? Okay, bet. Bring me the belt.
Oh my god, no, that's so funny. But yeah, I was a terrible kid.
Yeah.
In high school, at least. In elementary and middle school, I don't think it was that I was a terrible like student, because I wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I was just I was dyslexic and I didn't know. Like I didn't know why I couldn't understand certain things, or why I would write certain things backwards or whatever. I don't get it. Why does everybody else get it and I can't get it?
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at you, but I remembered you posted your like elementary school homework, and your R was backwards.
No, because I was literally like, how did you guys not know I was dyslexic? I was like looking at my old elementary schoolwork, and everything was like written backwards or upside down, and I was just like, there's no way.
Yeah.
How do you not know?
Do you know? Okay, I feel like I get kind of scared now because I don't think like growing up I've never had like a dyslexic issue until maybe I hit my senior year.
Hmm.
But like my thing is, does it just like randomly show up? Because I mean, like, it's not, I'm sure it's something you're born with, right? It's not something, or is it something that can develop down the line? Because I remember I was looking at some of my
I don't
essays and
know.
stuff, and the year was like 2016, or no, 2017. Bitch, I put 2107 and I never noticed it was 2107. Like, girl, what? Or like sometimes now, like if I'm at work, I work in like a really fast paced like job. So sometimes when I'm writing things down and they'll like I'm like, oh, can you spell your name out for me? They'll say letters and I'll like, wait, what fucking letter is that? Or
Mhm.
like I feel like or
I
I don't
I
know.
I think that's a processing issue because I don't think it's
She said you can't process shit
no
correctly.
wait, hold on. because
Thanks.
because my mom does the same thing, but she also works in like a fast paced. She works in a like a warehouse, a factory,
Uh-huh.
and she has to like take account for certain numbers, and they're like this small, whatever, and she has to like memorize them to put them somewhere else. Um, and she had been telling me like I'm starting to like lose it, like I'll say the number and then I'm like the number I switched the numbers where they went and she's like I never was like that and I was just like I just think it's like you're starting to overwhelm like your processing system with certain information that it's like you're going too fast for it.
I mean, that makes sense now, but in high school?
Yeah, I mean you want to finish a paper fast, you just like writing whatever, but you're not paying attention to what you're writing because you're used to um like being on auto drive or autopilot.
I guess that makes sense.
Now where when you're saying that they're telling you letters and you don't know what that looks like, that's a different issue.
Sometimes they'll like be spelling their name, and I'm like J, what the fuck is J? Or I have to be like, okay, like, can you like, I'm like, I'm sorry, can you like start over? And I'm like, you're going too fast for me. Or sometimes numbers. I have a hard time remembering what numbers look like if
Well,
I don't
for
know.
for
I don't know.
me, I have dyslexia, I have dyscalculia. Um but I also have like where somebody will say what's like a mix of both. Well, somebody will say like, okay, spell it. It's E-F, and then I'll put, okay, 3-5. Like no, no, no,
Oh,
wait,
I
wait,
see what
wait.
you're saying.
Okay.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, fuck. Okay, hold on. So I do mix up the numbers and the letters a lot too. Whereas I have some kids who learn differently. Like I have a kid who also has dyslexia, and for some reason his mom taught him like the alphabet with his fingers. So he'll say like A, B, C, D, E.
Oh.
So when he learns math, it confuses the shit out of him. So
Oh
he'll write
shit.
like A plus B or whatever,
Yeah.
and it's like no, 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 like 1 plus 2, kid. Like
Yeah. Oh, just wait till he hits that fucking geometry.
I thought you were gonna say long division.
No.
But yeah, so like he struggles with that, and I
Aw.
always think it's very interesting. It's just because of the way he learned the alphabet.
Yeah.
But he was taught that way because he's dyslexic, so they wanted to find a way to help him. It just hindered him in a different
And it,
way. Yeah.
yeah, but sometimes I get scared because I'm like, dude, how the fuck did I know what that number was or
Yeah.
like what that letter was? Or sometimes they'll say like V and I'm like F. I'm like so adamant they said F. And
Mhm.
I'm like, no, it's F. And I'm like, what the fuck is V? Like, what is that one? What's that one?
No, have you heard of the people that can see the colors in letters or shapes or numbers?
No, what do
So
you
me and my
mean?
sister do this. And my mom. Not my brother or my dad, but my mom, my sibling and I, we can look at like a shape or like a picture of a shape in black and white before it turns to color and we'll be like that triangle is green.
Oh, absolutely not. I'm not able to do that. I know exactly what you're talking about now, but no, I'm
Yeah.
not able to do
Like I think there's like TikTok videos
that.
of like what color is or where's the yellow, which is the yellow
Yeah,
pencil or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Like we can spot it really, really fast.
Are you serious?
And I don't know why. And I know there's people who are like, oh, like I see auras, or oh, like the F is, I see green or whatever. But it's like, it's, to us it's just like, no, obviously the F is green. Like I don't know what you mean. Like it's not like we're seeing it. It's just like a,
like it makes sense to you type thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No.
So weird.
No, I was never able to do that. One thing I'm really good at though, or I'm gonna take that back. One thing I'm like pretty good at is if you put like numbers, right? And you, let's just say you put a number behind piece of paper. So like you put 2, 5, and 7, and you mix them up without me looking, without me following it or anything. You'd be like, where's the number 2? Is it left, middle, or right? I'll know where the number 2 is. Like, do you get what I'm saying?
Like when people like have the 3 cups and then
Kind of like that, but I'm saying like kind of like that, or like they'll be like, guess what number is behind here? And I'll like look it out and I'll be like, oh, 5. And
like
they'll
if I like put my hand behind my back and I'm like, well, what? How many fingers am I holding?
kind of like that, but
So
I
how many
have
fingers
to.
am I holding?
No, I'm saying like on a piece of paper. Like if like I have to like, I don't know, but I'm really good at guessing, and that's how I pass not geometry, chemistry. I literally passed chemistry guessing. Like I remember I'll shout things out and it'll be right. Like the teacher would be like, "What is a freaking this and that?" And I'd be like, "Oh, this. You're right." And I'm like, "How the fuck did I get that right? I literally just pulled that shit out of my ass." I think I'm just really good
at. Has nothing to do with chemistry.
And I think I'm really good at just guessing.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I think guessing is like, yeah. Anyways, in elementary school and middle school, I was really scared of my parents when it came to school. High school, I'm like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna have fun and do whatever the fuck I want, which I did, but I was still scared doing a lot of things.
Yeah. Also, I got away with a lot because I went to an art school. I did have like theater and stuff, so I was, or dance, and I was always like there after school too. So like I could just tell my mom like, oh, I have practice today, and she'd be like, okay. So I would get home like at 7 or whatever. She wouldn't question it.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like sometimes, yeah, I really did have practice, and sometimes I did not, and I just did not want to go home. So I got away with a lot in high school, like a lot.
Yeah.
And I think back and I'm like, damn, like I really hope my kid isn't as like crazy
It's
as
gonna
me.
be karma, girl.
I wasn't a bad kid, so like I wouldn't be that upset because I don't think like I wasn't going out smoking, drinking, whatever. Like I was just like bored.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I smoked here and there and I drinked here and there, but I wasn't like oh my god, I'm an avid smoker, or oh my god, like I'm a pothead, or I'm an alcoholic. It wasn't any of that. It was just.
Would you be mad? Like if you had kids and they were like smoking behind your back? Like real talk, would you be mad?
Smoking behind my back?
Or like ditching, just like ditching, smoking, drinking, like anything that you did behind your parents' back, would you be mad if your future child did that to you?
I think it depends. I think like the first time I catch him or the first time they do it, I don't think I would be upset. I think every kid has or should have the ability to kind of make mistakes and learn on their own. And I've always felt that way, and I think I feel that way more strongly as a behavioral tech. But I would still talk to them. So like after the first time, I would talk to them like, hey, like we can't be doing this. This is why X, Y, and Z. Like let's try to wait till we're 18, or let's whatever. I would just try to have a conversation with them, and then if they do it again from there, that's when I would be upset, because we've already then had that conversation. You can't say like I didn't know, or you can't say like I just wanted to try it, because I know you already have.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, but Isaac, I don't think would be as calm. I think Isaac would be more like what the fuck are you doing? Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
What's wrong with you?
Just because he didn't have those experiences until he was like well into his 20s.
Okay, yeah, I
So
guess.
so for him, his is like there's absolutely no fucking reason you need to be doing that shit.
Yeah,
And for me, it's like, listen,
it's fine.
you're gonna be fine. Like
Yeah.
this one instance is not gonna harm you. It's not gonna kill you. Let's not fucking keep it up because
Yeah.
I've seen how keeping that shit up ruins people's lives, you know? But if you want to try it here, like
Yeah.
once, whatever, cool. Like it's not gonna hurt you. I'm a strong believer that people and kids or whatever should not try anything until they're like 23, 24, because that's when your brain is fully developed.
Mhm.
And I've seen kids stunt their like learning because they smoke too much. Like there was a kid in my high school who smoked like all of middle school, like literally like every single day, and
Oy.
he was like not there.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
in high school. He didn't do drugs ever again after middle school, but at that point it was already too late. But yeah, it was already too late. Like he there was like a stunt in his growth.
Mhm.
And then there's another kid on my block who did way too many hard drugs. Um that he got schizophrenia.
Shut up.
And like it was actually really sad because he was my brother's friend. And
Oh my
like watching
god.
him become someone we don't recognize was so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Um, but that was because he did so many hard drugs. And like
Damn, that's fucking
and he was
yeah.
really, really young. And that's the part where I'm like, I don't think your brain is developed enough for you to be taking these drugs or for you to be doing these things, for you to do it often. Like I don't think you
Yeah.
should be doing it often at a young age. Granted, did I make mistakes when I was younger? Yes. Did I do it probably more than I should have when I was younger? Either drinking or smoking? Yes. I just don't think currently. I feel the same way about hot Cheetos, and I'll get to that right now. um, but I don't think like kids should should be doing a lot of it or any of it at a young age until they turn like 23,
Yeah. I guess.
21, like max. Okay, like legal drinking age. I know people are gonna do it regardless, right? Like I'm not stupid, because here I am. but I just think like as a parent you should be informed that it stunts their growth, and like
Yeah.
here's the conversations you should be having. But what I was gonna say about hot Cheetos, I go to a school to help little kids with autism.
Mhm.
Um and I see kids eating hot Cheetos every fucking day. And when I want to snatch that shit out of their hand, because hot Cheetos like is what damaged my stomach.
Oh,
Because I
really?
I used to eat hot Cheetos every single day.
Hot Cheetos ain't for the weak. I feel like as a kid, I was a, I'm a hot Cheeto girl. I'm gonna admit that. I
Mhm.
don't care. I'm a hot
Mhm.
Cheeto and Arizona girl. That's
An
my go-to
Arizona girl. I
fucking
love
snack.
it.
But I feel like now, and it's so weird, is after I turned 25, I cannot finish a bag of hot Cheetos. And I used to be the type of bitch
But
that's
why
like,
can't you finish it? Like it hurts or what?
no, like it doesn't hurt my stomach or it doesn't, it's not like, ugh. It's just like, it's too, like, it's not a good spicy to me anymore. It's to the point where it hurts my
Mhm.
mouth. It's just like, this isn't like, because I used to be the type of girl that it was either hot Cheetos with chamoy, hot Cheetos with lemon, hot Cheetos with chamoy and lemon, tajin. I was like, like it was bad, and I would eat hot Cheetos almost all the fucking time. And now I'm just like, no se me antojan, or like now I'll see like hot Cheetos and lemon, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't look. It just no se me antoja as much as it used
Yeah,
to.
yeah. Well, so here's the thing. I was obsessed with like hot, spicy anything. Like the ongoing joke is my in my family is que me dieron biberón con
Con-
salsa. Um, because I used to like my mom would make a molcajete de salsa or whatever, and she would leave it there, and I would sit there with the spoon and eat it like that. And she would get pissed. She'd be like, "We haven't even ate, dude. Like, chill." Um, and so she would get pissed. She'd be like, "Wait, like, espera para la comida, whatever." And I'm like, "Okay, like, I just want this though. Like, this is all I want." Like, I used to love spicy food. Like, I remember one time we went to this restaurant and I got like um camarones a la diabla or something like that.
Fire.
But the place we went to, because I've gotten it before and I loved it. The place we went to, and this at this point I was like, I kid you not, I was probably like 12, um, or younger. I got it, and it was like, and the lady told my dad twice, like it's really really spicy. Like they don't make it like the normal spicy. It's really really spicy. And my dad kept asking me, and he's like, "Do you still want it?" And I was like, "Yeah, like whatever." And I ate most of it, and I left like 2 pieces just because I got full. It wasn't like
It's too
it's too
spicy.
spicy because I loved the spice.
Mhm.
And my brother was like, "Okay, I'll eat it." He took one bite and his whole face turned red. He was like, "This shit is too spicy." And my brother, he likes spicy food. It wasn't like, you know,
Yeah.
but he was just like, "What is wrong with you? Like, literally, this is too spicy." Um, or también like with my sibling, one time, one time we went to go get pizza, and I was putting like the red pepper flakes, and it accidentally like it wasn't
Yeah.
closed all the way, and it poured. And the people giving the pizza was like, "Oh, like I'll give you a new one," and I was like, "No, I'll take it." And my dad and my sibling were like, "The fuck is wrong with you?"
No, yeah, that's too much. I love spicy food. I'm like everything with chile type thing, but it can't be too fucking spicy because it's not even like, and even talking about it is pissing me off because my dad likes really spicy, oh shit, spicy shit for no reason.
I
And
was
it's
the
like,
same way.
dude, you're not the only one fucking eating. It's to the point where like you're choking, you're crying. This shit is burning my tongue. It's like I can't even eat.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like, oh, he made it on the side, like you put as much as you want. No, he put it like in the food. So it's like now I can't fucking eat. Now I'm pissed off because it's spicy and I'm hangry. Like, don't make it too fucking spicy.
Yeah, yeah. I was
Can't.
I was definitely that way. And so obviously hot Cheetos, like the extra hot Cheetos, whatever. I was like super obsessed with them and would eat them all the time, which I don't think it was the spice that created an issue for my stomach because obviously I had been eating salsa for my entire life. I think it was part of the chemicals and the processing of the hot Cheetos
Yeah.
um that really really affected me because those that spice isn't spices, it's chemicals.
Yeah.
Um and I didn't care because I was just like it's spicy, you know? Um and so I would keep eating. I literally ate them like every single day. And in college, I think I had ate like one bag and my stomach started like burning like I was on fire.
Oh my god.
Um
You have a gastritis?
no, so
Oh.
I went to the hospital. And they're like, "Oh, it's just gastritis, like here, take some Tums," basically.
Mhm.
And I was just like, "No, this feels like bad. Like it feels bad." A month goes by and it starts to get like I cannot function. Like my stomach is hurting. They go back, they do more tests, and they're like, "Oh, we didn't realize, but um, you had a virus in your stomach called H. pylori. It's supposedly a virus that's in everybody, and
Yeah.
it's just dormant until like
Trigger it or like
eat certain chemicals or
yeah.
whatever, and triggers it. It wakes up and it starts to eat the lining of your stomach.
Mhm.
So at that point, because they caught it so late, because I think I had went like 3 times before this, but they kept telling me that it was Tums. Like, just take Tums, just take. You have like gas, whatever. And I was just like,
It's
what?
like, bitch, my stomach burns. I don't need a fart. Okay.
Yeah. Basically, I was just like, what? And so they finally told me like, unfortunately, it is too late. We caught it too late, so the virus did eat the lining of your stomach.
Oh
So that's why I can't
shit.
eat certain things.
Yeah. No, I've been in your shoes before too because I've had that, but
Mhm.
they caught it on time.
Yeah.
But the process of finding out if you have it, I literally never want to do that again. I feel like that traumatized me to go back to the doctor. I'm like, no, they're gonna make me shit and put it in the fridge. I don't want to do that.
I forgot you had to do that.
Yeah.
No, because for me, like it was all at
At
the
the
at the hospital, but for you, you had to take that shit home.
I had to, yeah. Oh my god. I'm like, no, I have to like, where do I put this? And like,
Yeah.
I had to make sure nobody was gonna come over. Like, they open the fridge, like, what the fuck is this? No, yeah, it's like I had to like they give you like these tubing
Yeah.
things, and you have to go in a certain place, and you have to store it in your fridge for a couple days, and then you have to go fucking take it to a lab. I'm like, please never make me do that again.
Yeah.
So now if I ever feel sick, I feel scared to go to the doctor. I'm like,
That's
no,
fair.
they're gonna make me shit somewhere.
But saying all that, because I know this now, I don't think kids should be eating hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
There's no way that your body is so undeveloped and you're eating all these chemicals. Like, I don't think it's gonna turn out well. And since then, there's like a epidemic of kids that have like severe stomach issues. And it's like, I'm pretty sure it's all the over processed food and all the chemicals in the food.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And like, but like, like nobody's doing anything about it. Like, nobody cares.
Yeah, like my niece now, she'll eat Takis and she's like, oh my god, my stomach hurts really, really bad. But she'll like continue eating them, and I'm like, girl,
They're addicting.
like they are, they really are. But I feel like I can't stand them now. I feel like it's just
I mean, that's good.
too much.
I tried some like spicy chips recently and they hurt my stomach so bad.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, because I should be kind of better now
Mhm.
than what I was then. There's still a lot of food that I can't eat, but because I can eat spicy food better now.
Mhm.
So I wanted to try these spicy chips. I wanted to throw up the entire night.
Oof.
It was
Oh,
just like
gosh.
not a good feeling. But I just think it's like the over like process and like
Well,
the chemicals.
Aren't they
everything.
supposed to get rid of, like, I know that they at some point they were gonna get rid of hot Cheetos, or like ban hot Cheetos or something like that, but then they ended up banning like the red dye 40, something like that.
I don't know, but sometimes I look at like the shit that we have here that's banned in other countries, and I'm like,
Fair.
why do we have it though? Like, why can't we like have you seen the Gatorades in like Europe?
Mm-mm.
They're like all like plain colors. They don't like, it's not like super bright neon.
Oh no, I haven't seen them.
They look like waters,
Yeah.
and I'm like, if Gatorade knows how to make it that way, why not?
Yeah, that is true, but money makes the world go round, I guess.
I think it's just crazy, and I just get scared of for everyone's stomach.
You're on PTSD. Does your stomach not hurt?
No, honestly, I'm like,
No, yeah, I remember seeing this thing, and I don't remember where I saw it, but I remember seeing this thing that this guy was like super, super lactose intolerant. He was American. He was like super lactose intolerant, and he went to Italy, I think it was, and you know they have the pastas and
Mhm.
everything. So he eats the same foods, quote unquote, the same foods, um, in Italy, but they did nothing to him. And it's just because everything here is like processed and everything that they put in it. So it's like that's when he was like, it's so weird how when I'm back home, like this shit is fucking hurting my stomach.
Yeah,
But
have
if
you
I
seen
eat it,
like the videos of people that like go to Europe and they like live there for 6 months and they all of a sudden have lost so much weight and they haven't changed their eating habits?
yeah.
And I'm like, so I need to go to Europe to lose weight.
That's
Say less.
crazy. I feel like this episode was like all over. Like we started off from like, have you ever stolen something, to like I had to
my
shit.
my PTSD of eating.
I had to shit and put it in the fridge.
Also, would you guys watch us if we did lives?
We could finally go live on TikTok.
Yeah.
But I really hope that you guys enjoyed this week's video. And we will see you on our next one. Bye.
Bye.